Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, J. Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Hey y'all, you're tuned in to the Bougie AF channel. It's your girl J. Nicole, where I say stay bougie on them, and I'm serving you feminism for the soul. Don't forget to check me out in them people's Instagram at OG_Bougie AF. You can also check me out on Twitter at I'm_Bougie_AF. I'm also on them people's TikTok at She Bougie AF. So let's get into it. So we're here on a bit of a sad note in terms of reporting or talking about currently what's going on in them people's Memphis, Tennessee. I recently did a TikTok video where I was breaking down the whole Memphis on fire thing. If you don't know, as of August 18th, Blac Youngsta's brother was killed, shot in Memphis, Tennessee. That is his third brother to be killed in the last 3 years, which is really, 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 really crazy to even think about having to endure all of that. My condolences goes out to his parents and his family members, right, who are having to deal with the death of 3 young men. With that being said, if you're not aware about what's going on in Memphis, Tennessee, it's literally on fire. Go over to them people's Nick Johnson, check out his Unboxing Tennessee. He breaks down the stats of it's essentially of what you see manifesting in Memphis is a combination of so much, right? A combination of a state that's I think ninth worst in terms of like education or something like that. And just historically, Memphis continuously keeps showing up on like the murder capitals, like, worst violent cities and stuff like that. So it's really, really, really bad. It's 75% a black city. And there's a lot of times corruption, as we've seen with the Tyree Nichols situation. It's just, like I said, it's just really, 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 really bad. The gang situation is borderline as what you hear mentioned in terms of what's going on in Chicago. Yeah, and some of those same Chicago games exist in Memphis. It's a real strong connection with a lot of people having family or maybe even moved to Chicago and vice versa, if Chicago moved to Memphis, which Young Dolph, who we're going to be talking about, was originally born in Memphis and moved to originally born in Chicago and then moved to Memphis, right? All right, so how do I break this down a little bit? I'm not going to do too much talking because I do have some clips where I do talk about it a little bit, but essentially this beef has involved 3 people. It really started with like Young Dolph and Yo Gotti exchanging words and terms on songs originally. There's a song, very disrespectful songs by Young Dolph have came out where he alludes to sleeping with Yo Gotti's, I think, baby mother or something like that. There's a song in certain songs he talks about, Yo Gotti's family situation in terms of, I guess, families have sometimes aren't talking to each other on bad terms, and he most definitely exploited that in his music in terms of Yo Gotti and his brother Big Juke. Yeah, and I mean, when I talk about disrespectful, and I think it was like, don't play with me, play with your bitch. Yo, it's still one of the hardest songs that I think. When you talk about like Ether being like a diss song and stuff like that, I think Young Dolph's diss towards Yo Gotti actually goes extremely much harder and much more disrespectful. With that being said, niggas did not keep it on wax. Most definitely, there's been several attempts on Yo Gotti's life. And so before I get into talking about Blac Youngsta and the latest of his brothers being killed, I do want to be completely honest that my personal feelings is that the only true victim in this whole situation is the little brother that Blac Youngsta said was not in the streets, right? And it's just really sad because, again, this is where, talking about association and you can't help who you're related to and all this other stuff, but damn, like I said, my heart just really, 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 really goes out to the parents and the extended family, like, because this is devastating. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my TikTok video, and then we're going to come back and watch this breakdown on YouTube, and check out the channel. It's called The Family. I most definitely use this channel as a resource. He does a really good job of keeping up with the street shit. And I really appreciate his work. So check that out. But let's get into my TikTok video where I kind of break down like what's been going on because there's so many different players. Like I said, the main players at this point in my mind, um, at this point is, Yo Gotti, Dolph, Blac Youngsta. You got to include his brother, Big Jook. You got to include Govan Hernandez, and of course, you got to include the shooters of Young Dolph. But yeah, it's like this weird, complicated web of just craziness. But let's go. Let's start here on my TikTok. Don't forget to check it out. She Bougie AF.
Look, this one's a deep one, but you ain't heard this from me. I'm just going to talk about a few things, and I hope you can put everything together because there's a lot going on with this right here. So it says here, CEO TZ was recently named a person of interest in Dolph's murder, has been killed in Memphis. If you don't know who Young Dolph is, he is a rapper out of them people's Memphis, Tennessee, who was killed in broad daylight at his favorite cookie shop, right? I mean, broad daylight. Two men jumped out. If you don't know, Young Dolph used to roll around in bulletproof cars. There's been several attempts on his life, and they finally succeeded, which was really, really sad. Now, with that being said, since his murder, it's been like Memphis has been on fire, right? There's been bodies dropping left to right. I mean, like it's been a lot. I mean, I've seen comedians, I've heard of comedians being killed for making fun of situations. One girl got into an argument with another girl online, and she felt some sort of way, so she got in her car. She went to go spin the block and murdered the other girl's grandmother. Like seriously, people really been out here for Dolph. It's been crazy. So I ain't gonna say too much because there's so much more. They got the alleged shooter and his brother, right? His brother didn't shoot or kill Dolph, but he helped after the fact. And so brother told on brother. But this is brothers are turning on brothers. And I think we're going to have more. We're going to see more brothers turning on brothers coming out of the situation. But I'm just here for the comments. I'm not going to add too much. I'm just going to read what the people say. Someone said justice served. We got here what goes around comes around. I mean, it's a lot here, y'all. Get Back don't have a date. I'm so confused by that sweater someone said of Young Dolph. Been a war in Memphis since they took Dolph. Yo Gotti cleaning up his mess. Ooh, that's what the people is saying, Gotti. I know you out here seeing the world, Greece. I hope you make it over to China. I hope you go to the Pacific Islands. I hope you see it all before they come. I'm just saying because that's what the people saying. Street justice. What else are they saying? That Get Back there ain't got no date. I'm just telling you that the people is saying that, it's a lot to this, y'all. So if you don't know, they also have this other gentleman by the name of Govan. He's actually been arrested. Now, if you don't know, there was an artist that was attached to Lil Yachty. I forgot. Dezo. She was killed in People's Houston, which was Govan's daughter. He's been arrested for being in connection with this whole Young Dolph situation. If you don't know, that Govan is actually a really close friend of Big Jook, and Big Jook is Yo Gotti's brother. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just gonna throw some things out there, and y'all got to make the one and the one, put it together and get the two and figure it out, because listen, them folks coming. Janica, Miss Bougie AF. Look, this.
All right, so that's a little introduction to a little bit of what's going on. Govan, Hernandez Govan, and I'm going to show a video of him because he recently went back to court. He's out on bond, and he's interesting because when you're trying to link all of this together, the way it is alleged from all of the people on the way it's alleged is that Govan is the middleman, right? Yo Gotti and Big Jook is, tried to be smart enough to get not to make direct connects to the people who may have shot Young Dolph. And at this point, we know who shot Young Dolph because they are in jail, right? So the link between Yo Gotti, Big Jook, the people who have the problem with Dolph is Yo Gotti, Big Jook, right? the people who end up killing him didn't necessarily have a problem with him, but if they got the okay, if they received any money, the funnel man that would have came through, it's believed to be the Govan person, right? So Govan is the person who set all of this in motion and really kind of set it up to happen, right? And then the other thing, CEO TZ, as you can see here from what is being alleged, is that the gentlemen who end up killing Dolph are associated with TZ, and that if an end is underneath him, and if the okay would have happened, that okay would have happened like this, right? Govan would have went to TZ. TZ would have got the two gentlemen who end up killing and shooting young Dolph, and it would have funneled down like that. So as you can see, you already got the shooters in jail. You got you got CEO TZ who's already been killed, right? You got Govan already in jail, right? So I mean, all I can tell y'all is just, try to be a little, detectives and kind of figure that out, where that is leading up to. And as we know, if they are shooting at Blac Youngsta for the death in terms of Dolph, you know who else they also feel is responsible for the death of Dolph, right? So with that being said, Blac Youngsta has been dropped from CMG, which is Yo Gotti's record label. I personally believe he was dropped. I think these niggas are still cool. Of course, you did this much dirt, or allegedly, y'all are still cool. But I believe he was dropped because they're trying to avoid the RICO charge as much as possible. And they know that these people are investigating. They know these people are trying to tie all of this back up to the family duo. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, at this point, let's not, we can't beat around it, right? There's no just Blac Youngsta is the person responsible, or, he's losing brothers out here. There's just no way that it's just him, right? And I think, we got to call a thing, and I think we got to stop trying to celebrate people, and we know that they are out here doing some harmful shit. I personally don't think there's any real victims. Like I said, I told you who I think the victims are. I don't think that you get to benefit from your community showing up for you, meaning Black people supporting you, building you up, and you make a name for yourself, and you end up turning that into being a millionaire and people supporting your music. And you know where you come from, right? And everybody's trying to get out the hood. Everyone wants to make money. And once you do that, I expect, yeah, I have an expectation, and I don't even fucking know you. I expect for you not to be a part of the problem once you've ascended. And once you decide that you still want to be a getting money as problem ass nigga, then no, I don't have to celebrate you. No, I don't have to, I don't have to not say what it is, right? Money does not change mindsets, right? I think that's extremely important, right? Because what we continually keep seeing is that these niggas continue to get money, and they continue to still be in the street and continue to be involved in street activity. And whereas now your life of crime isn't a necessity, and it isn't out of survival, it's literally out of greed and pride, right? There's no reason men like a Young Thug or Fetty Wap or Bootsy and all these other gentlemen who find a way to make it out the hood a legal, legit way, and you still participating in this shit? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. And you're not a Black man that I need to build up. Point, period, blink. And the same way some of you Black men feel like you can't protect or you can't stand by all Black women, I feel the same way when it comes to certain Black men and how they show up in the community. I cannot just support you because we just Black. That's a period. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video.
Nigga here abandoning me. Outside in traffic, then they ran from me. Got shot 3 times, lost 2 brothers. No God got a plan for me.
You had that situation where your little brother got killed.
Yeah, facts. That changed me.
Tonight with a shooting near a popular restaurant and hangout spot.
NBC6 reporter Laura Rodriguez is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with what we know at this time. Laura.
Well, we know there was a shooting and an attempted armed robbery.
Is beef.
Yeah.
That's very noticeable.
There's a lot of beef in the city.
Very noticeable.
Everything.
Who you going against?
Him.
Who you riding with?
You.
for life.
Man, we got some unfortunate news to talk about coming out of Memphis. It seems this one rapper just can't get a break. He haven't been in the limelight lately, but he still managed to make headlines for all the wrong reasons. You're talking about a man who was shot 3 times and now managed to allegedly lose 3 brothers. So we're going to talk a little about this rapper, disclose the public facts about his brothers, nonetheless send love and prayers they family way. Not to mention, I want to highlight something he said in a recent interview a couple years back in regards to his brothers and changing his life. But before we get into this one, remember, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment,
and hangout spot.
NBC6 report.
2 teens were shot after an armed robbery Monday in the parking lot of a pizzeria in Southwest Miami-Dade. The robbery and shooting happened at Frankie's Pizza on Bird Road. 2 male victims were sitting inside a tan Lexus at the parking lot of the pizzeria when they were approached by a black SUV that let off rounds.
Thank you for joining us again. I'm Jawan Strader.
And I'm Shelly Muniz in for Jackie. We begin tonight with a shooting near a popular restaurant and hangout spot.
NBC6 reporter Laura Rodriguez is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with what we know at this time. Laura.
Well, we know there was a shooting and an attempted armed robbery in this parking lot behind Frankie's Pizzas and behind a tire shop. This is all off of 91st Avenue and Bird Road. Police have since cleared the scene, but they're telling us 2 male victims were sitting inside a tan Lexus in the parking lot when they were approached by a black SUV with 2 other males inside. The people in the black SUV demanded property. Police aren't specifying what exactly they demanded, and they all had some sort of verbal altercation. As the victims were driving away, the suspects shot at the tan Lexus. An 18-year-old was shot in the leg. A 19-year-old was grazed by a bullet in the face. The victims drove to the hospital. One was already released, and the other is currently in stable condition.
It's a residential neighborhood. It's broad daylight, and these individuals shot out the car, striking both of them.
I heard bow, bow. So we came running, and as soon as we came running, there was a guy jumping into the car.
So just to clarify, Frankie's Pizza was closed. They are usually closed on Mondays, so it's unclear exactly why these teens were in this parking lot behind the pizzeria and again behind this tire shop. Police tell us at this time they're looking for 2 teens or 2 males between 18 and 20 years old. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Remember, you can always remain anonymous. The number is 305-471-TIP.
Now, just by the year 2019, 4 years ago, Blac Youngsta lost 2 brothers thus far and was shot already 3 times on one occasion. On that same year, he went to the Honorable Blac TV and did over an hour-plus interview that was chopped up in segments at first. I wanted you guys to listen to one clip. It's about 3 minutes. If you guys want to check the entirety of the interview, go to Blac TV. But he talked about how losing his younger brother changed his perspective in life and how he got shot. Check it out.
Like, how old were you when you first got shot at?
When I first got busted, I was probably young as hell. I probably like, man, I was young, like 8 and 9 and shit. Cause we used to be deep jumping on niggas and so I think the first time we would jump the old head nigga, he was in the hood, he was drunk. This when we ain't know about folks getting drunk. So he was drunk talking out, he was talking plenty of shit. And man, I fouled him. Man, we beat the shit, we whooped him. He come right back through with the AK. He everybody just running, but I never took it serious. All my life I got shot at. I just never took me getting shot at too serious until I got like older, like 15, 16. I was like, these niggas trying to kill a nigga. They're trying to take me out. You hear me? So I'm like, nah. Can't go like that.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a situation where you got shot.
Y'all don't know, but that shit sound crazy as hell. Like, sitting here listening to him, and I'm a fan of his music. I actually used to really rock, I think it's Cold Red or the Red album that he did with Moneybagg Yo. I really fuck with him. Like, yo, I like his music, right? So with that being said, though, for him to say at 8 and 9 years old he getting shot at and he didn't take it serious, the regards that he has for his life, this is not normal, right? You didn't take it serious until you were 15 to 16 because it's just so normal and a part of life at 8 and 9 years old. And so when we talk about like what's going on in hoods and what people are living through, y'all, this shit is crazy. And he talks as if though he's not aware of how crazy this shit's out. Right? I actually know a nigga from Memphis and they talk just the same way. Well, not like in terms of like, I'm talking about like their accents, their cadence and everything. It's so funny to hear him talk because I close my eyes and I think about the person I know. But at the same time, just to see how normalized this situation in his life is for him. It's really crazy. 8 or 9 years old, where you should still be really heavily supervised by adults at 8 and 9 years old. And that's a fact. I don't remember not being supervised. I grew up in the town, and of course I was, told to stay on certain streets and not to wander too far and all that other stuff. So you could just see, what's going on here. This shit's crazy.
Where you got hit?
I got shot before. I got shot 3 times. I got shot probably 2-3 years ago. 3 years ago, some shit.
You got shot 3 times?
Yeah, I got shot 3 times.
Wait, 3 times at once or 3 times on 3 occasions?
Nah, in one situation.
Okay, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, probably 3 years ago, 4 years, probably something like that.
So I mean, you were already rapping by that time?
Yeah, I've been rapping all my life. I always been rapping.
Okay.
I always been rapping.
So what was the situation, or you getting shot that one time?
On the block, wrong place, wrong time. Hey, look, you hear me? Hey, I ain't have my gun on me. You hear me? So where I come from, the ops gonna ride through and hit anyway. Just like they can't stand on their block, we stand on our block. If they on their block, we pulling through hitting. If we on our block, they gonna pull through hit. So like with this situation, I got shot off some shit I don't even know nothing about right now to this day. It could have been one of my niggas did. It could have been my little brother. It could have been just a nigga from our hood. You know how the hood's been to it. So like problem, it was just an op from another hood, come through our hood, anything on the block, he hitting it. And boom, come through hitting, and I got hit. You know what I'm saying?
Where in the body did you get hit?
I got shot in my leg, and I got shot in my arm. I got shot 2 times in my leg.
So you knew you weren't gonna die from the gunshot wounds?
Man, I ain't even care about dying. That wasn't even my issue. My issue was bring me a chopper, bruh. The first phone call I made was bring me a chopper, bruh. I ain't called the ambulance, I ain't called the police or nothing. Somebody else called the police. Bruh, bring me a chopper. While the police on the way, I got a chopper on the way. We figure we going right through their hood and hit. You know what I'm saying? Same way I got hit, they figure hit. So they had damn. I think I was more. I ain't even know I got shot. I'm running like everybody else running. Everybody getting hit, so we just running. I just end up getting shot. So I was like, wrong. I just call this wrong time. If you beefing with somebody, me and you cool, and we from the same hood, I supposed to be scrap on the block. I can't come on the block without no gun. It's my first time not taking my gun on me. And then the first time not took my gun on me, I got shot. This is why I don't go nowhere like that no more without no gun. I gotta have that heater everywhere I go. I don't give, cause I ain't letting no nigga. I can't go out like that.
So after getting shot 3 times, what really changed in you?
Then I'm ready to go kill something. You dig? I was ready to go, hey, you know what I'm saying? When I got shot, I feel like everybody needs to be shot. So yeah, you know what went on. You know what I mean? They know what went on. Yeah, so when you get shot, man, you better not be on no, let me chill, let me I don't want to be look on no horse. We coming through with the HK and the AK and the Mac 11, 223s, all that. We gonna shoot all y'all back. Fuck that, you shoot me, I want my shot back. You did.
So, and this is where I get so frustrated with niggas. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I don't care how this sounds. Y'all like to sit around and call Blac culture vultures and say that he's working for the feds, and the questions he be asking you. And I continue to, when I do these videos, and I listen to you guys sit on his show and run your fucking mouth like chatty patties, like this motherfucker is doing right now. And if I'm a detective, let's just say, I'm not a detective. I just be snooping on the damn internet. But if I'm a detective and you're sitting in interviews like this, and he didn't ask you, he didn't ask you any detailed. He didn't tell you to go detail in what you would do, and what guns you would you would bring through to lay niggas down. You most definitely put a time frame together for me, and maybe I'm bugging. You put a time frame for me. You already let it be known that something needs to get hit once you get hit. You said something got to get hit. You don't care what it is. And pay attention to all you community motherfuckers and, niggas like to do turkey drives and all this other shit. But the disregard for your communities, because he is going to ride and slide through somebody else, through the ops hood. And no matter what and who he see, and it could be a young boy who's not even in the streets. If the nigga even look like he could possibly be somebody in the gang, he may get shot. You could be in your fucking kitchen cooking and you get grazed by a bullet and you dead. because they don't give a fuck, right? But on top of that, you know me, if I'm, like I said, if I'm a detective and you talking about I got shot here, within what, probably that same day, the next day, or whatever, maybe you went to the hospital, I'm just probably going to, check the hospital records and see when did you report yourself in for being shot, right? And then I'm going to also then check our police, our police records and see if there's been any shootings and if anybody did any shootings, in the hoods that could be considered your ops with any MKs or whatever the fuck you just named in terms of like what you calling niggas to come and give you so you can go shoot up their hood. I'm just gonna start trying to piece shit together, see if I can throw something else on you. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. If I can find anything else to throw on you, I'm going to be looking because of shit you just said. Just being completely honest. And this man, meaning Vlad, did not ask you any of this. You didn't have to get that deep. Nigga, I got shot, it is what it is, I handled mine. That was supposed to be the end of that. And if niggas can't infer what I handle mine mean, like, they stupid and dumb, but it ain't your job to, be descriptive and get them up to date on the situation of how you handled yours. Like, are we serious right now? Shit. What did 50 Cent say, homie? What did he say in his song, homie shot me 3 weeks later? I think he said something about, it was a rhyme and he sung 3 weeks later, homie's not breathing. Simple as that. Nigga who shot me ain't no longer here, and that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. Period. Niggas want it.
Well, you had a situation.
Time, date, and place, and all types of shit. I wasn't even trying to go to the hospital. I was trying to go right back out there. You already know. So you just literally let us know something happened.
Situation where your little brother got killed.
Yeah, facts. That changed me.
It's if I love you.
Your little brother wasn't in the streets at all.
At all, period. I got 3 little brothers. He was the only one didn't want to be a part of the streets. I kept him in school, bought him new cars, and just kept him in school, kept him out the way, so he can focus on school. And I was, somebody ain't not kidding him.
I don't know what the fuck kept him out the way mean. You doing all what you doing in terms of, sliding and, y'all playing fucking gun tag and shit like that. Out the way is him in Chattanooga. Out the way is him in Nashville. Fuck, out the way is him in Georgia. Like, out the way is not residing in the state, in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, you doing all of this and this forever beef that seems to continue to keep going, that's not out the way. You can't do dirt like to this extent and be out here taking people's lives, right? And think that motherfuckers is not going to want to get you. I've seen videos and heard of cases. There's a case, and I think it was in Alabama. This nigga, he must have got tired of looking for a nigga, so he decided to set his grandparents' house on fire with them in it. Like, for real. For real. They could get tired of looking for you, they go find who ain't outside. That's close to you, right? So I don't know what this is. I, kept him out the way, and what the fuck that is. Like, that's weird.
Was it an accident or was it on?
Nah, it was on purpose. Somebody kept him on purpose. We just, how they should be hating, niggas be player hating. Young nigga getting money out the way, and you probably would have thought he was green because he's so smart and he just stay at school. That's how people, that's what these niggas do nowadays. They kill the good people. They go kill good people. They don't kill the niggas that really deserve killing. They go get the good people. And I'm the type of person, if I'm in tour with you, I ain't finna, and your folks over here, I ain't finna go over here just try to, hit your folks for no reason if I ain't did nothing. Now, if you got your little nephew, he want to play tough, I'm going to come through, I'm going to shoot him, tap him right on the little leg, you hear me? Yeah, for real, but other than that, you don't take no good person out, so he was good.
Yeah, and he's clearly a psychopath. Like, he is a serial killer. This nigga, I'm getting Mike vibes. Like, he get a thrill out of this shit. He seems to enjoy this shit. It seems like it. There's just no way I think I could sit in an interview and be talking about the fact that I've lost 2 brothers, right? And, nigga, you should just be sitting here just quoting us scripture and shit like that. Like, this is like, I don't know, and maybe it's just me, but this nigga's not well. That's just in my personal opinion. But at the same time, like I say, I already told y'all, I can fuck with your music and call it for what it is. I'm not letting, you know, that shit blind me when, you know, giving my opinion about this shit. This nigga is not well, and it's really, really sad.
He was a good one, bro, and it happened like that. I did so much shit, it ain't fall on me. It fell on my little brother. Not saying that somebody came and did it for him because of me. It happened because of just hate, and you know, it's just God waking me up. God just, we like, I guess God was like, I don't want Youngsta to die yet. I don't want him. I don't want this for him. I just want him to learn. I want him to learn a real valuable lesson, and that was the lesson I learned, bro. I lost my little brother. I was like, cool. I see how this. I'm out the streets.
After that happened, what do you think changed in you?
Man, I got out the streets. Like, since my little brother died, bro, I ain't been the same, bro. Like, like my mind went from. Don't get me wrong, I got a good heart, bro. I got a good heart. I'm gonna show you love. I'm the type of person you can call. I'm gonna be there every time. As a partner, we just cool, we friends. If this anything, you feel what I'm saying?
This is the thing that I hate about sometimes niggas in the streets. Let me tell you the truth, is that this mindset that they think that I'm a good person. And how they defining their good person is they're saying they're a good person because of how they show up for the people that they care about. You know what I mean? How they show up for the people that they respect. And just because they show up solid for those motherfuckers, that they walk around with this sense of like, yeah, I can do all this grimy, fucked up shit to everyone else, but I'm solid for those I respect and love. And so in turn, that makes you a good person. So it's like this picking and choosing on when like to be this good person. And I don't think that exists, right? I think you are who you are, and that's who you are to strangers and people who mean nothing to you, and who you are to those that you do love. Right? There should not be this vast difference of a person that shows up. If there's something called that is mental health. That is clearly mental health. Because there's just no fucking way you can be out here killing and shooting everything and causing hell and causing problems, to have this type of like back and forth with people, but then be like, but I'm solid for, you know, the ones I love. I hate to do something to be the one that you don't love no more. Like, what the fuck that means? Like, no, those two things cannot exist. And I am someone who thinks that there are quite a few things that can exist at the same time. But I don't think that, nah. And same way I think that's the same way I feel about in terms of loyalty, right? I'm loyal to some, you know, some I respect, some I actually love. Even though I fuck with this person, you know, I would cross them and I'm not loyal, but you, I would never. Like that. No, that's not how that go. A loyal person is a loyal person. You're supposed to show up for who you say you fuck with. Period. You're supposed to just show up that way. So this is why me personally, when it comes to dealing with like nigga mentality and shit like that, and that's why I really fuck with Troy Ave in terms of saying that the streets is a myth, all this shit is a lie, because it be no real consistent anything that they really be standing on, to be completely honest with you.
But it's just like when he died, man, it went from I had feelings. When my little brother died, I just was like, fuck it. I was like, man, like, up to my bro, real shit, bro. Like, since my little brother been dead, I never went to his grave site. I paid for the whole funeral. I paid for everything. I never saw him in his casket. I never saw him I never went to his grave site. I sent nigga flowers, needed all times. I never went to it, bro, because it's just something it's something I gotta wake up and just one day like I really do it. You feel what I'm saying? But he changed me, bro, because when I lost him, I just was like, I gotta get out the streets. But I was getting out the street, but I was like, I got too much money. Let me go and get out the way right now where I can escape this. Because I won't worry about me. I'm cool. I'm going with whoever. I be worried about my folks. I'm like, my other little brothers out here. I'm like, damn. So I just live for my folks that I love, bro. And man, this shit, you know what I'm saying? When I lost him, anybody can die. Yeah, I don't see a nigga or nothing. Because I lost my little brother. So I feel like everybody should feel the same pain I feel losing a brother. That's how I feel.
And what that really translates to, his little brother died, and So the order of how this happened is that, and this is why I say there's really truly no victims. It is alleged that Young Dolph did reach out to Blac Youngsta to try to squash the beef, and that Blac Youngsta, as you can see from the psycho tendencies that he has, did not want to squash the beef, right? That then, and supposedly, I don't know how it happened. Maybe all of these niggas had shows in Miami, but they all happened to be in Miami. So what you've seen in the beginning of this video in terms of them reporting on his other brother in Miami who got killed, it's alleged that may have been something, or that may have been something that Dolph and them or whatever that side may have set up, and that happened, right? But that happened after Dolph had tried to squash the beef between them, right? So you clearly hear him say, if my little brother died, I got to spin the block. I have to do something to you. Eventually, they did end up getting Dolph at the cookie shop in Memphis, Tennessee. The thing is about when you have a routine. The thing is about when niggas are on your back. The fact of the matter is that Dolph kind of got too comfortable in a sense, because you can't have niggas who are trying to take your life in like several different occasions. One time in California, another time in North Carolina, and you do an annual turkey drive where niggas know that you show up like clockwork and you're going to be driving around in your city this week, the week of Thanksgiving. They know you have to pop out. They can bet on it. They know you have to pop out, right? And so what ended up happening was he did have to pop out. He had a cookie shop. He posted on his Instagram that he fucked with this cookie shop. From what I've been able to gather here is that that relationship between him and that cookie shop was more than just about it being his favorite cookie shop, and it more or less being about, I think he may be invested into the shop, or something illegal, some shit. It's just more than just cookies was his favorite. But the point of what I'm trying to say, like, when you, as a person who have drama or have people who are paying attention to you, like it's their job, they are most definitely paying attention to the spots that you frequent, who you talk to, who has the ability to get close to you, and all that other stuff. And I just think that he just made that mistake, and the cookie shop was where they found an end. So he goes to the cookie shop to get his cookies. It's alleged that he calls ahead before he would go to that cookie shop. I personally, I don't got nothing I don't have nothing to really base this on. It's just my personal gut feeling was he had a business relationship with that cookie shop. And so on top of it being, I guess, his favorite cookies, because who the fuck, like, come on, y'all, it's cookies. Like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm pretty sure those cookies are great, but I just don't think somebody who has that much beef is just going out their way to go to a fucking cookie shop. And I'm just going to be completely honest, for some fucking cookies, you can get me the 3 in the pack. I'm going to be completely honest. You know them 3 in pack cookies that you could buy at the corner store? And I'd be fucking grateful for them, right? I'm just going to be completely, I just can't see a cookie, you know what I mean? I just can't see a cookie tricking me out my motherfucking, bulletproof car. To be completely honest with you. I'm just trying to be completely honest with you. I just can't see it. Like, that's not a part of my routine. Like, y'all niggas is really trying out here. 100 shots. You know what I mean? He really has a song. These niggas really spent 100 shots on this nigga trying to kill him. So that's why I'm trying to say I don't understand, like, why a cookie got you out the car? Damn, my nigga. You should have took them 3 in the pack cookies at the grocery store. You'd be here, my nigga. Sometimes we gotta not be so bougie. You don't need it straight out the motherfucking oven. You know what I mean? Go get them Otis Buckenmeyer cookies or some shit. Go get them shits. You'll be A-okay, okay? No, but my point is, I believe he was doing some business with those people. It's alleged that he called ahead. He was driving around in a a camouflage Lamborghini. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you have that much beef, I'm just not quite sure why you are trying to bring that much attention, especially being in, you know, in your city. But like I said, you get comfortable, and there's too many niggas. We've heard this time and time again when niggas get comfortable. Now back to this bullshit and ass nigga Blac Youngsta. You know, he's talking about the death of his younger brother. I'm sorry. So the death of his younger brother happened first, right? He did not want to squash the beef with Dolph. So that sent this to a situation that eventually they end up getting young Dolph, right? And so he's already told you about his tendencies. Like, he's not losing something and he ain't touching something back. And that's just what it is. So he's now lost another brother. He said the death of his younger brother, you know, made him get out the way. And I will say, somebody who gets out the way, they really get out the way. But that's not what he did, because he is clearly someone who has some mental health issues, really psychopathic, as you can see. I mean, like I said, allegedly, I'm no doctor, and I usually hate talking about that. But it was just a year ago, he made a video at a gravesite with Dolph's last name on the grave, right? So it's sort of like, did you get out the way? Did you get out the way? Let's look at the video, y'all.
Damn. Another cold blitz. See, it's hard for a nigga to do something and not say they did it. It's hard for a nigga to say they did something and nobody know that they did it. That's why so much self-snitching going on. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the rap game is so many niggas like telling on themselves.
And I had never heard this. I just randomly picked this video because I was really aggravated by him sitting in this interview making it seem as if though, you know, he was learning his lesson and changing his life. And I knew just a year ago you were just taunting Dolph's family and right? You were just taunting and letting the world know what it is. Recently, and we're talking about in 2023, so this video is in 2022. Recently in 2023, Yo Gotti released a song, and I think he released it on Dolph's birthday, right? Like, so these niggas are like subliminally letting you know what the fuck it is, right? As people in Memphis are the ones that have to live in this war zone that they've created, and all out of ego. Yo Gotti's ego's hurt. I mean, if you go and listen to the diss songs from Young Dolph, his ego's hurt. And that's why I'm even triply surprised that what's her name? Angela Simmons is fucking with a Yo Gotti. She got a certain type of nigga she like, and it's just clearly shining through. Girl, you into bad boys, and you're a little too old, you know, to still be going through that phase of still, you know, a little too old, girl.
Because if nobody know you did it, then how you gonna get the clout from it? How you gonna get the respect from it? How you gonna get niggas to slide for you and niggas to feel your music if nobody know that you did nothing? And that's just retarded. That's just dumb.
Facts.
But how many smart rappers do you know?
None.
Or how many smart artists do you know, period? Come on, man. That shit is crazy. So we got Blac Youngsta literally in this new video he got called, I'm assuming, he's standing in front of a grave that say Thornton. If you don't know by now, that's Young Dolph's last name. And the whole video he walking through a cemetery with a shovel, all of that. So you trying to let them folks know you got your hands dirty? That's how you feel?
Wow.
Damn. Cold blitz. That's all I gotta say about the situation. Y'all make y'all choice. How y'all feel about that? Put it down in the comments, like, share, subscribe to shit. I'm gone.
And like I said, I really wanted to share this because of the fact that this is my second time recording this video because the sound is fucked up on the first one I did. And so I didn't include this little video in that first video I did because, like I said, I was just sitting here getting aggravated because when I was putting the timeline together, I realized that this Vlad video was done after the second brother got shot, and it was done before he did this video. So to me, you still street. You still in the street. Your younger brother got, like, even if you felt like, okay, my brother got killed, nigga got killed, let it be. No, you don't. Like, you really, with no regard for your own family and the people close to you, don't give a fuck and still decide to taunt them. And so this person wrote here, so look at the comments, because I promise you, you learn so much in these fucking comment sections on these hood ass videos. There's gonna be somebody from the hood, somebody who's gonna know something, like for real, for real. And so it says here, he's up next. I can just feel it so deep within my soul. That was 1 year ago. And they didn't get him, but they got his brother. Keep the content coming, bro. Stay dropping facts. You deserve all the blessings. Honestly, this new wave of killing and disrespecting the dead isn't going to stop anytime soon. That's the sad part. 100. I'm curious to know how much his life was worth to the cookie store owner's daughter, or bowed to having set up. So it's alleged, and that's why I said the cookie shop, because he put out, because what ended up happening is a video where he let the world know, or he was just promoting the shop and, you know, saying that it's my favorite cookie shop. So that's how people knew that, you know, to connect him, or, you know, try to get him coming out of his car. And they used the cookie shop. And it's alleged that the daughter of the cookie shop owner, who is a stripper, and strippers and a lot of these females in the hoods, they be set up bitches and shit like that. And most definitely strippers be, you know, like as we seen in the, you know, the Sweetie Pie, her grandson case, like these bitches really be out here setting people up. And for me, they worse than a nigga who pulled a gun. I be wanting them to do just as much time. I do not have any sympathy for a bitch out here setting people up. You just as much as of a killer. You think niggas want you, there's no need to set somebody up. You think niggas just want to get together and have a conversation? Is that what you think in your naive, stupid ass head? No. Niggas want to do somebody dirty. And you don't know how that's going to go. So thinking, oh, we just want to fight them. We just want to jump them. No, you don't know how shit goes. So you should never involve yourself in no bullshit like that. Someone needs to take care of that man. Put him in his place. He's out of hand. He knows about young Dolph death. Rest in peace. Of course he knows. The first 25 seconds I had to subscribe, real shit spoken. I'm from Memphis, and I watched the video. My mouth was wide open. He is telling on himself. He's most definitely telling on himself, because he's walking through the grave, and he, you know, doing that thing where, you know, when you tell someone put something on your back, where you point into your back. He's doing all of that. And it's retarded. The nigga said it in this video. It's retarded. You want everybody to know that you did that. I pray whoever see this, you'll be successful in life. God has a plan for you. Just trust the process. Never give up. God bless. He ain't have nothing to do with Dolph death. He clout chasing the world. He would not make that song if he did, knowing the feds watching Young Gotti wouldn't let him put that song out. Also, watch Gotti distance himself from this clown, because Jay-Z doesn't want that negative attention around his label. Some of that is true. Jay-Z, from what I've heard, has already distanced himself from Yo Gotti. I think they dropped him or something. They're no longer fucking with him. And then I think in return, young Gotti distanced himself from Blac Youngsta and dropped him from his label, because, again, he don't want that RICO charge. But let me see what this person say. Facts. Even if he didn't have anything to do with Dolph's death, he's claiming he did. And to me, he's asking for trouble and probably will get it. Yeah, me too. Like, I don't think shit too dangerous. You supposedly changed your life. Somebody who really changed your life and really not trying to be about something does not do this. Like, that's just a fact. Because you don't even want people to be confused in thinking that you did that. I'm just being completely honest. You wouldn't even want, like, you know how your city is. You know everybody's looking for somebody to come out and say something. You wouldn't even want to even play around with it a little bit. Rappers do this all the time. Trap Boy Freddy been doing Mo like this since 3 was Mo 3 like this since 3 was killed, and nothing has happened. If you have no leads, it's nothing you can do. They gonna figure out that Mode 3 shit. I don't care what you say. There's no way in hell you gonna tell me that somebody, I mean, I think they do got the shooter for that, but it's gonna come out. It really is. It really, I mean, they just got Tupac killer, right? Like, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna come out. That Mode 3 shit is crazy. On the highway and everything, and that comedian, like, that shit, that story, that breakdown, I ain't never talked about that, but damn, that shit's crazy. It's over with for him. He might not make it until Christmas. Seriously, paper route gang. Blac Youngsta crazy. People enjoy this shit, y'all. What's that beat in the background? It's a banger. Cold blooded, my boy. Goddamn. I hope Dolph people come for you. Maybe he didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, but like I said, if you don't have something to do with it, you don't even want to be confused, and you don't want to even be mixed into it. Like, it don't even make any sense to even want to be associated with something, especially since you sitting in this interview and acting like you changed your fucking life. All right, so what do they say in these comments? I've never heard honorable and Vlad in the same sentence before. Vlad is documenting our downfalls for profit. Your work is honorable. Like, okay. We have to stop this. Just say y'all just don't fuck with the man because y'all consider him a white man who does black content. Because what does honor have to do with any of this? Like, this is weird. The nigga who did this video, I salute you. I think you do a good job in your videos, but the nigga ain't said much for you to be talking about honorable. And Vlad ain't saying too much either in the interview with fucking Blac Youngsta, right? Like, that's weird that people see all of that. Everyone's talking about him and what he must be going through and what he's done. But no one's brought up pain his mama must be feeling. I brought it up because imagine losing 3 sons to gun violence. Damn. Keep your head, queen. I see him as being very selfish. I do too. And that's why I said that. I really do see him as being selfish. I literally don't think something's right with this man. Couldn't fathom my mom's dealing with death after death and me not wanting to change my ways or move far away from that life. Exactly. Far away from that lifestyle. Rest in peace to the young man who wasn't causing any trouble and was killed. Talking about his younger brother. Basically collateral damage. That is crazy. The energy you put out, that's a fact. 2 of my brothers was killed, and that pain hits really hard. One of my brothers was in the streets heavy. The other was a good person. I suffer from major depression and PTSD. My God. My mother has never been the same. I have one brother left, and I keep him lifted up in prayer, but he won't change his lifestyle. The street's not fair. I stay to myself, and I don't trust nobody. I distance myself from the world and turn to God. Plus, I've been in therapy. The pain never goes away. As a woman, I hold tight to my own sons. Life is not easy. All praise to Allah, because without him, I would be in a mental institution. I'm my mother's only daughter, so I hold tight to her. I don't know why tragedy hit my family so hard, but whatever Blac has going on in the streets, he should stop. He most definitely should stop. He's a selfish motherfucker. And like I said, if I was his mother, money does not make you someone's pride and joy. And for some reason, we say money makes you successful. And to me, this is not success. This is chaos. This is destruction. This is Grim Reaper type of shit. This is bad juju on you. This is all of those things, Blac Youngsta. And as a mother, I would look at you and probably would cry every time I seen you. I would cry every time I seen you. And I will be completely honest. It seems as though his brothers, all 2 of them, most definitely was in the streets. So they most definitely, chose some of the path, that they took. But I would most definitely be disappointed because you had money to change your entire family lives. Your entire family lives. And that's just getting them out the fucking city. You could have changed their entire lives. For what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? That's exactly what I've been thinking this entire time. I'd give up all the money in the world for my brother. Death is final. Death is so final. That this is sickening. Lost my brother in 2019. Would never wish that feeling on anybody, or nobody, let alone 3. Prayers to his family. They said for each bullet that he survived, he lost someone. Whew, girl. You said that. My condolences to the family. Being a rapper nowadays isn't what happening. Only thing we doing to us is killing ourselves. The family is very devastated by the loss of Tamanuel, and my prayers go out to them all. That's sad. Rest in peace to the young man. Well, all 3 of them. But I think what this guy puts out just keeps coming back to him in hurtful ways until he stops wanting his get back. Yeah, so me and my co-host in the comments are on point because he literally lets you know, like, that spirit of get back is really heavy on him. He don't give a fuck. Like, no. Going back and forth, he hasn't truly changed. Our sins always finds us out. Rest in peace to his innocent brother. Wow. It's really unfortunate that people that grew up in Memphis have to go through this. The crime rate there is horrible, but yet the government decided to do an open carry there. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, their open carry laws that got passed and during COVID, you don't need a permit. Like, it's really ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's really ridiculous. And it's sort of like, who is this for? Who is it for? Like, it's really ridiculous. It's really like they want them to just kill each other off. I agree. Although every person that I met from there had that same childhood when they had to duck and dodge bullets and grow up in poverty. I really just wish some black people would just realize we aren't the ops to each other. The world is beautiful. It's just a lot of wicked souls roaming. Stay in school, kids, regardless if you want to play in the streets, get an education and enunciate your words to be heard and understood by all at all times. That's why it doesn't pay to be in the streets. You always have to look over your shoulders, and your family has to do so as well. Rest in peace to those three. Sad. Rest in peace to this young man. Rest in paradise. God, angel, I send my prayers to the family and friends during this hard and difficult time. What is unfair deal the brothers got? Wow. What an unfair deal the brothers got. If they can't get you, they'll get someone close to you. That's a fact. Rest in peace to this man's brother. Nevertheless, rest in peace, Dolph. So I let you know where they stand on that. I mean, Blac Youngsta just seems like he might be somebody that you don't want to associate with, that he just really does seem like he's not well. I'm going to be completely honest. Like I said, I'm no medical professional, and I usually like to try to stay away from that. But the way he sat in that Vlad interview and the way he talks about this shit is just it's not cool, right? I don't know. Like, I'm actually really kind of lost for words. I was going to play the Govan video, and it is so bad. I'll play the video. It just is what it is. I'll play the video. There's a video where Govan went to court. Hernandez, I think it's Govan Hernandez or Hernandez Govan. And he's the middleman that I was telling you guys about in terms of he's the one that if it would have happened, that he would have been the one that would have received the money allegedly, that would have got with CEO TZ. And they would have figured out who was going to be the niggas who were going to do the shooting. That's how Marcus Johnson and the other guy who ended up doing the shooting get involved. But it would have worked in that type of, like, diaphragm. Like, you know what I mean? It just would have worked that type of way. It wouldn't have been Yo Gotti or Big Jook going to the hood and getting shooters and directly paying them. No. And I think it is alleged, and it already came out, that, a payment was received, and it was received through the Govan guy. So at this point, it's just going to see who's going to snitch and who's going to say what. Govan, like I said, he did lose his daughter, Destolato. So he's also taken a loss in his family, right? So you just see like this, the other side just saying you killed the wrong person. Like you killed. So the way I describe this, it's two men in one city. Clearly they're acting like it's not big enough for two people to be successful in the entire world. And when it comes to who the city fucks with and who they love, who they riding for, it's like Dolph is their man. He's like the people's mayor, basically, is what it is. And from what I've seen people speak about in terms of Yo Gotti, they don't fuck with him. They don't like him all like that. Like they like Dolph. Dolph would invest into your businesses. He was investing into the community. He was doing the turkey drives. Like he's just that. Everybody just loved him. Like, really fucked with him. I told y'all there was a girl who went and spent the block because she got into a verbal argument with another female online. And she got active. She was no gang member or nothing like that. She got active because of just going back and having words with somebody, y'all. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that deep. I seen videos of young boy. I remember this young boy. He was a young boy. He was like 9, 10 years old. And he was a rapper. And he had just seen Dolph and, you know, and just rap for him. And Dolph said, you know what, man, I'm going to help you out. And this boy was in tears. He was going to help me. Like, he just couldn't stop crying. But that's who Dolph was to these people, right? That's who he was to these people. As much as he was in the streets and doing illegal shit, also too, he was their Robin Hood, and they looked at Gotti like some selfish ass nigga who just comes around stunting, ain't really about nobody but his damn self. That's how it comes across. That's how people feel about Yo Gotti. So, just killed the wrong person. And so ever since Young Dolph got killed, bodies just show up at the police station. It's just really been crazy. So Hernandez Gavon recently just went to court, and it's so bad out here. I'm sorry, in Memphis, that the judge literally just told him, no, I cannot release your restrictions of your bond. He wanted to be able to go to work. Gavon wanted to be able to go to work. Where's the video at? Here we go.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to set this case on September 21st. It's 5 weeks from today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Taylor submitted to the court a progress letter regarding your conditions of your bond and efforts that she's making to supervise you. I gave a copy of that to Mr. Durham, to his mind. She had given this about 2 weeks ago because she had some concerns. She's indicated that you're asking for some relaxed conditions on your bond, that you want some of the restrictions removed or want some of them lessened. And every time we come to court, Mr. Govan will get this request that says Mr. Govan is asking for other things. At first it started with, you wanted to go clothes shopping. I think her response was, you can have Amazon.com deliver your clothing.
Yes, sir.
You also want to go grocery shopping. I told you to call Kroger and they'll deliver your food to your house. And I also got a request that indicates that perhaps you want to be given the same consideration of some other folks, and that you think that you want to be permitted to go to work full time. Let's go down. You're on bond because all parties agreed to that. Those conditions were set by this court. Those were conditions that all parties agreed to, and I don't see any reason at all why this court should relax those conditions and tell us, Govan, we're going to let you go back to being a fully fledged person with no restrictions at all. Go to work when you want to, go shopping when you want to, leave the county when you want to, go to other places when you want to. Let's go back, you're on those restrictions for a reason. And part of those reasons is for your own safety. You are probably aware that Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee is the first most violent metropolitan area in the country. This case has generated a substantial amount of publicity. And if you're running around free in Shelby County, Mr. Govan, knock on wood, somebody might be trying to kill you, sir. So it is not in your best interest to say, Judge Coffey, take away all these conditions and let me just do what I want to, go where I want to. And there have been some instances where you were allowed apparently to take a couple of trips. That can't happen anymore because of the conditions of this bond that this court set this bond. And you can't deviate from those conditions unless this court tells you to do so. I'm told by Ms. Taylor that she's having some difficulties in supervising this bond because you had a couple of trips that were approved that was not approved by the court, were not discussed with the court, were not discussed with Mr. Handel Durham, and that's a violation of your bond, Mr. Govan. So I don't know who gave you permission to take those trips to leave Shelby County, but unless you hear from Judge Coffey, don't say anything else. Unless you hear from Judge Coffey and Handel Durham, your attorney of record here, Mr. Rohrer is probably not going to be in on most of these settings. But unless you're in court on the record with Mr. Durham in his court and Ms. Taylor and asking the court for some relief and say, Judge, I need to do certain things, will you please approve it? It cannot be done unless it is approved by this court, Mr. Govan. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And please stop asking Ms. Taylor probation management group, if they can relax these restrictions, or if they can do certain things, or let you go shopping, or let you get a job, because she doesn't have authority to do that. Ms. Keller would do what the court ordered when I entered the bond conditions on this case and placed those conditions under seal. Those are not negotiable. They're not open to discussion. They're not open to change unless Mr. Durham files a written petition in court and says, Judge Coffey, I'm asking that you modify some of these bond conditions. Now, unless Mr. Durham asks for Mr. Go back and talk to Mr. Durham and say, will you please address Judge Coffey about doing certain things? He'll do so. But I think what Mr. Durham will tell you is that, Mr. Govan, you should be blessed that you are on bond. The only other resolution for Judge Coffey is to put you back in jail pending a disposition of these charges. Your lawyers have worked, yeomans have done a great job in getting you released on bond until these cases are settled. But I do not intend, and I want you to hear me clearly, I do not intend, unless there's a substantial change, I do not intend to change the conditions of this bond and say, look, I thought about this, we're going to relax this. So unless there's some earthquake can change, something that's significant, that says, Judge, something has come up, we're asking you to modify these bond conditions. Mr. Govan, the bond conditions that were entered when both sides agreed to release you on bond, those are immutable. They would not be changing, sir. It could get worse. It could get more restrictive, but they're not going to get any less restrictive, Mr. Govan. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Keep working with your lawyer. Give Mr. Durham, and Mr. Durham will continue to discuss your case with Mr. Manny Aurora. Give them anything that you want them to look at for you. Now, I'll see you back in court on Thursday morning, September 21 at 9. Any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Govan, you step out in the hallway. Don't leave the floor. Mr. Durham will be out in a few minutes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so that is Govan Hernandez, and basically he's out on bond. I told you what his role is potentially alleged to be in this whole situation. You heard the judge, they all live in the city. They hear what's going on, so they know bodies are dropping, and so they just literally had to let him know, nigga, we can't let you just be roaming around. And if you really want to think about it, your life is probably in danger. Point blank. For a judge to tell him that, your life is probably in danger. That lets you know how bad it is in the city. It literally lets you know how bad it is in the city. Talking about going to get a job. Nigga, I wouldn't want to be your coworker the way they gonna be on your ass. You think we gonna work in the same, office, store, something? Where the fuck you think you working at? Niggas come in that motherfucking shop or somewhere and lay everybody out trying to get to you. Hell to the motherfucking no. Your ass needs to be at home. If these niggas get real brazy, you want to come to your home, you need to be the only one who feels the repercussions of whatever the fuck it is that they allege that you have done. Nigga, you have lost your fucking mind. Work. You nigga. Where are you working at? Who is hiring you, knowing your name and knowing what it's alleged? Come on, man. Come on, man. This shit ain't right. Niggas is selfish as fuck because, I could be sitting in the cubicle next to you and shit. And niggas come in here. Nah, you got to be at home and wait this thing out. 5 weeks, you going through trial. It's a blessing, like he said, to just be at home in the comforts of your own bed. You can order. You ain't got no people who can go to the grocery store with you, nigga. What are we talking about, right? This is weird. You have people who can go to the grocery store. He told you to use them people's Amazon. He told you right. All right, y'all know how we do here. We keep it bougie SF, we keep it posh SF, we keep it black SF. Y'all keep being blessed SF, and y'all come black, y'all. Kiss, 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 kiss. And I am out. Oh, wait. And don't forget to comment, and subscribe. I am out, y'all. Bye.